Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey. Here we are today, back after quite the hiatus, and finally the campaign is here, and boy is it, we get to play with Vargo, not this, we're playing with that anyway. Okay, we get to play with Vargo Redclaw, which I actually think is kind of good. A lot of decks could just be cold to this, as well as I think that this actually has got a lot of sideways synergy with the charm that you get in the deck, because we get to play the Display Event, which I'm just going to call it a charm. That's basically how I know what these cards are. So I think that this card works really well with Vargo, because if your opponent was going to be able to beat it with damage, give it +4/+4 lifesteal. If your opponent was going to block it with like a deadly unit, it gets to turn it into a goat and just win that combat. And also, you want to put weapons on Vargo to make him big. So we do have things like Vanquisher's Blade and Deep Forge Plate in the markets have access to that. And then also just playing with Runehammer, because then we're going to be good against other Vargos without having to have our Torch plus Howling Peak to be able to kill it. So I think overall this deck could be kind of nice. We are playing Korovyat in the main just because I want to experiment with this deck, and also just like withstanding if Vargo's just busted, because it's going to make it really difficult for your opponent to be able to beat it with damage, as well as just like sack the city, and like a deck with like Rizahns and Chos is just wild. So we do have the Howling Peak in the board. Maybe it should be different a little bit, but for now, I'm happy to try that. So basically just built this like as if it was a FJS deck. So we've got like the same top end, like 6 drops, 7 drops, busted 4 drop, like bunch of merchants. We're not really playing anything like Mirror Image, which could be sort of like a stand-in for things like, not Direct Return, but you know, the Display of Ambition. But I think we'll try this on ladder and see how we get on with it. So on the plate, which is probably a good time for us. So we do have Vargo and like a bunch of powers. I do kind of want to keep it, even though it's just like millions of powers, because we can Crest like twice, Seek Power, draw merchants. Yeah, we'll keep it. This is probably kind of bad, but our influence is going to be perfect. I've also thought as well, instead of having a Rock Slide in the market, maybe we should have like an Akari, just as like a really big threat. But for now, we're just going to crack off with a Sigil Vanquisher's Blade. It could be good later, so we'll keep that. Just because like Vanquisher's Blade on Vargo, it's got to be good. It's Praxis. Hope it's not Praxis tokens, because we could be in trouble there, because we don't have any sweepers, I think. Well, have a look here. Sigil can get out here, so I'll just bottom that. I'd much rather have the Vanquisher's Blade in my hand than the power anyway. So what do we want? I think power's all sort of sorted, so it doesn't matter. Just keep the Justice in there. Don't think we've got like privilege rank in this deck. Just completely forgot the deck list now. Of course, this isn't going to be the perfect version of this deck, but I do think that it's interesting to play with this Vargo, even though he's a bad guy, which is kind of sad. So it's like the mono Vargo plan. Vargos are probably not like perfect against Praxis, because they do have cards like Purify and also like a lot of big units. Like Amara Stinger is going to be a bit of a nuisance if the opponent does draw the Scorpions, or rather we draw the Scorpion traps. But I am just going to play the Vargo down, because if our opponent misses on a Scorpion and our draw step, then we just get to like have something in play that's really good for Vanquisher's Blade. Also, this block's kind of fine. If our opponent wants to Torch as well, I'm sort of fine with that, because we do have more. Then maybe we'll do something with Howling Peak Smuggler to go and get like a Howling Peak, which seems fine. I guess we're just cracking for 5 then. Opponent lets us. Yeah, so we are able to protect ourselves with the Display of Honor, but I don't think we need to worry about like double burn spell here. Our opponent plays something like a Willberry Behemoth. We'll just slam it with a Vanquisher's Blade. We do need to try and dodge these Scorpion traps, because they're a bit of a problem. But actually, so we do have Rizahn, and we've got 2. We don't have Rizahn yet, but we do have Rizahn in the deck, so that's something to consider here. So I'm just going to move this Fire Sigil down, grab Rock Slide. I think I'm just going to kill this and this. Attack with these. And then also our opponent's got something like target opponent draws a card, should be okay. It's cracking for 10. Okay, so I put maybe. Okay, they've not got a Torch. Though, actually, if they have a Torch, I think they would just blown out a Rock Slide. The Rock Slide would still be pretty good. I'm going to leave the Fire Sigil in there. because I do have the intention of grabbing the Howling Peak at some point. So I think we'll just grab a Justice Sauce. Don't super need it, but just having more spells in the Void is something that I'm sort of thinking about, because we do have Rizahns in the deck, and I'd like to get lifesteal on them sort of as easy as possible. So if for basically the same cost in our turn, you know, we can just have a spell in our Void that gets us the power, I think that's kind of better. Also, Primal's like at 9, so they could have been a bit of trouble to just display of honor, just giving something that isn't blocked, just +4/+4. So I probably could be playing like a Rod deck, I guess, because Rod did get that new card which puts something into play from the top 4, and they lose a game the turn after. That's kind of like a nice way of hitting Caleb, especially if you can set up with crests. Maybe second side is probably a bit ambitious, but the maybe lose the game draw 4 high roll cards kind of good. Means that you can just be like straight Praxis with a little bit of Primal. Yeah, so opponent's playing Demand Death, so I think they basically lose even if this hits, so it's probably worthwhile for them to try this. So Caleb's not going to do anything here. Like, Caleb would need to hit, like, just be a Sword of the Sky King or something to win here, so. Okay, so just Diogo Malga's fine. The problem here is that Diogo is invulnerable to Vanquish's Blade, which is kind of a stinker. Let's just see what we hit. Okay, so Red Canyon can't get anything that we need, so I'll just pile in with the team, and then probably one of these doesn't get blocked, should be okay. So yeah, puts double block in here, so they just take a million T. Cool. +4/+4 lifesteal, and then got him. Also, I'm enjoying this artwork where it's just like the knife over them. And that's just winning with combat tricks in our control deck. So I'm probably actually back to making content now as well. Ooh, double pledge. I kind of don't want this hand just because other than the pledge, it's just a second power. Yeah, we'll get rid of this. We are kind of power light as well because we are just playing at the bare minimum 25 with like 7 Seek powers. Yeah, this is fine. It's got strategizers in it. Runehammer's probably good. So yeah, I'm probably back at making content again now. It's probably just going to be like 1 or 2 vids a week. So I'll make one today, make one tomorrow. But I think that... yeah, Crest is great. I think that I am going to try and do 1 or 2 for Outward. I'm not going to do it like as a full-time thing. Probably just like, here's how you should be doing the beginning of the game sort of thing. That just get us out just so we've got all of our factions represented. Yeah, Red Canyon Smuggler, great. Probably, if our opponent's just like a Jennev deck, just get like a Cauldron Cookbook. Like drawing some cards. But Outward, yeah, don't think I'm honestly anywhere near good enough to actually do that as like a thing that, like Eternal, I think it's kind of easy to make content for, but trying to do it for like a game like that is just wild. Like if it was Dark Souls, I could do that, but okay. So what do we not want here? We are against this deck, the Jennev deck. I think that Runehammer's probably not very good. I think apart from Rizahn, does it hit anything? We can hit Rizahn with Vanquish. Get rid of this, yeah. If we just want to like hit all of our power drops and just extend Contraband. It is a spell for Rizahn, but it is just going to be random now, so good. But I think a card that we put in our deck on purpose is going to be better than the card that we didn't. Okay, I guess Big Smug's over here, sort of like a reason to keep Runehammer, but I was just thinking of things that actually matter because it's very likely we can just pop this with Rizahn. So unfortunately for us, against this match, Jennev Charm can actually kill Vargo, which is a bit of a nuisance. Grab Fire Sigil because we do have Cho in the deck. Then I... It's not really anything I want to change. Don't want to play. I might as well go and get a Howling Peak. We'll grab this back later. Let's get Howling Peak. just because that's kind of nice with everything else we've got going on. I probably will like snap block here just because we don't have the power to Rizahn here. Given our opponent's got an Amber Acolyte, we probably don't really have an easy way to attack him with a Red Canyon Smuggler. Just don't want to do that trade. So let's play Vargo. Hopefully our opponent just plays something big, like a Sandstorm Titan, we just get to kill it with this, or we draw a power and we're able to start going off with this stuff. Eternity Core, yikes. So our opponent's going deep here. Cool, so we hit the Crest, which is kind of nice. That's what we do want. We'll keep another Smuggler. But I think we're just going to Vanquish this and then crack in with the team. Our opponent does get to trade here, which is kind of bad because otherwise we could have just like Rizahn here, but I think that we're okay with this. I just want to get the board empty so that our opponent can't try and kill us in combat. So opponent's probably going to grab a Fire Source here. Looks like they've got a Cho in hand. I think we might just withstand the Vargo because it's probably going to be really difficult for our opponent to kill it. Okay, especially if they go really low here. They would have to use like 2 spells and then it would be kind of rough for them to actually hit this. So we'll just withstand this and then next time we get to Wisdom, start of our turn, which is... Okay, so they could have a Torch here. Okay, so that was probably their plan, just to... Okay, so we'll just Torch in just to trade our thing, but they should be able to kill this. Don't think we have a good way of... Okay, so just blocking in. Maybe it's just like an Equivocate, but that's kind of fine. Because if our opponent Equivocates, they probably can't play the Cho. Well, they can't play it now because we've only got a single. Okay, so they're using Display to kill our sight. This is probably the Equivocate in that case then. So this didn't work the greatest for us. Well, we've at least got something we can just throw away into the market. So I think for now, I'm just going to kill this. We can hit our power next turn. So now our opponent's got a Cho. They could have marketed it away because millions of miles away from playing it. They do need another Fire Influence here. Channel? Quiet. Okay. It's a bit more aggressive than I thought that our opponent's deck would be. So we don't get to hit our power because of that. That kind of stinks, but let's just play Rizahn here. We'll start booping him. And then we can put Cho in and out of the market. Honor of Claws is really good actually. And they hit another Cho in it, yikes. So we could actually be really falling behind here because our opponent is probably able to stabilise kind of nicely. Okay, so it's just a Jotun Hurler. We're okay. So I think our opponent might have 2 snowballs in hand now. But we should be able to put quite a lot of pressure into play next turn. Ah no, Display of Instinct getting us again. So I think we put Cho away. Do we just grab Bar? Probably good later. And then we can swap this for getting the Cho back. So now we're just doing like the... Because another upside of playing this deck is that we are just like all Fire Merchants. So we do get to just shuffle Cho, which is kind of nice. We didn't get much value out of our sights, which is kind of rough, honestly. Also, I'm just like extremely jealous of our opponent just like playing multiple Honor of Claws here. Well, fortunately, some of their Echo cards will just like find the way, which is fine. Okay, well, I was actually playing a really controlling version, which is kind of interesting, really. It's not what I would have expected. I think I'm just going to Slam Cho, though. We'll play this first just so that we can hit for 4 next turn. So our opponent smuggled for an Equivocate, so they shouldn't have another Equivocate. Yikes. Just giving like mono destinies here. Okay then. So, Smuggler do anything here? Not really. I suppose we'll just like try and crack up on it for. So hit this once, hit this once. They've got 4 power to Runehammer. I think we'll do that. So our opponent could have us. That's quite the death voiceover. Yeah, so now we're probably dead because our opponent's just going to like mono destiny into spells. I'm glad that this only hits spells and not like units. It's just like the top cards of your deck destiny as well. That'd be wild. Right, so they've got Destiny Torch. They get to kill our Runehammer. Unless they're just hitting Cho, which is kind of okay. Oh god, his voiceover is actually really obnoxious. I have to hear it with every single Oh. Well, I guess we just completely forgot about completely blanked about the snowballs, but I guess it makes sense for those to go back into the market. Okay, we're hitting over Cho, so we're okay. Let's just play it, I guess. I guess maybe next turn we'll just like bar this and then put it back in the market. Destiny Hailstorm Poggers. I'm not sure about getting Destiny to like reactive cards like Hailstorm. That could be awkward because if we had have barred this, okay, cool. So now we're okay. We've got like targets to actually bar. Opponent can't honestly have like counter spells in a deck with Diogo. That'd just be a bit too wild. Let's boop this out of the way so we can be sort of unimpeded. Okay. Oh yeah, they've got Display Instinct. Yes they do then. So I'm probably just going to call this one like a death and just yep, you got it, Tiger. You got it. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, well, unless we're playing against like exactly Scarecrow Gaggro, I'm pretty sure we'll just redraw this. We just want a little bit more now. Kind of deck. Yes, I like this. I'll probably just like never pledge in this because we've got nowhere to get back. But it is just like a little bit extra value. I reckon there's probably going to be some like stinky hands. You could just. Okay, I promised to 6. So I guess the mulligan probably going to keep this in just because it's easier to edit. Okay, so this is kind of a risky one, but we've got power to Ixtun cargo, which lets us do Strategize. We're on the draw, so if our opponent's doing anything assertive, we could just be dead, but that's kind of an interesting one that we could have kept, really. This is better, because we're just like, we've got spells that are going to be turning Rizahn on, so. I do like me a lifesteal Rizahn. Maybe we should be playing that Claw spell as well, but then if we're playing 4 Vargos and 4 Runehammers, it could be a little bit rough to try and fit them in. Okay, well, we're just on like Spell Tribal, which is fine by me. Display of Honor, so I think actually this is kind of fine. Just giving +4/+4 lifesteal to Red Canyon Smuggler can be kind of gas sometimes. Can definitely be very threatening. Uh-oh. Well, we're in trouble now. So let's just grab Justice for this, play this. And I suppose we'll go and grab a Primal Sigil. We can get Bar to kind of deal with this, like, eventually. Cool. 5 cost merchant. Cool, cool.
It's written right here.
But, you know, it's not too much pressure. So we probably do want to play this first before we have, like, full influence. So let's just... We'll get rid of this, it costs, like, a jillion. So bar costs 3 now, but we can do bar. Just to get rid of this. I'm probably like trade here as well. I'll probably also torch it and we're kind of fine with it. Once the infiltrate's gone on this, it's a little bit less of a threat, especially because like in a couple of turns' time, we're just going to kill it with Rizahn anyway. So they're not playing Scalicus this turn because they're just playing a Crest, I believe. So I think we can quite happily just block here. Okay, a Mind Stinger. Now that's getting blocked because the effect of the Destiny plus these is just kind of wild. I prefer just to not deal with that. So we're going to be a while away. So with this, let's just go and grab a Justice Source, I guess. So we can do this, which will transform all of those, but we'll get rid of this. I don't mind not having another bar because there's probably not many other targets for bar against this deck. Maybe they've got like, they do have access to two different kinds of, what roll? So what can we do here? We can just sort of set up for the Vanquisher's Blade to kill this. We would get a card out of it, which is kind of bad for us. We don't have anything that can actually just kill it straight away though. I think maybe we're just going to Treasure Trove first. See what we get. So we can just kind of curve into the Rizahn. Let's just turn this into a fruit. And then we'll just play Rizahn next turn. Rizahn has got lifesteal now, so even though we do take a bit of a beating here, I don't want one of these rats. We can at least trade with this. Like, I'll probably get to draw a card, but I guess that's kind of fine. Rizahn's just like drunk, sort of attacking now. I'm pretty sure like the target from Rizahn used to just like go directly on the thing, but now it seems to go like in a random thing, sort of in the vicinity of that thing. Oh well, this is bad for us. So we can have 7 power this turn. Doesn't do too much. We could get like Howling Peak, I guess. This can deal 3 damage to something. 7's not really what we need. Let's just get Cho. Try and hit something. I draw a card, maybe like a Vanquish. Okay, so we whiffed there. Palace probably not doing it, I'll be honest. We don't have any sweepers, that's probably something I should change. Yeah, so we are dead. So I could just like chump block, but unfortunately not. So maybe that's the downside of Vanquish's Blade, we've never got time to be able to actually do it. Okay, well, so like a cheap interactive spell into potentially like just a turn 4 Vargo could be kind of good, but I think if we just miss on power, because I just don't want to pledge this, I just want to play it every time. If we just miss, then 100 would be an absolute stinker. Plus, we probably can't play Vanquish's Blade for like ages, so I think we can redraw there. This is so these could be awkward. The Display of Honors, especially because we don't have any weapons. But I guess these are just like the early game problem with the get Display of Ambition. Vanquish probably covered. I think we've got like enough sort of removal spells. We're probably okay. I've actually done very much on camera for quite a while. Before the campaign came, I was actually only playing like one game a day. I think we'll keep that just for the second fire source, and then we'll bottom one of these powers with this strat. So I am feeling a little bit rusty here. It could be in some sort of like mirror situation here. Not mirror, but okay. So probably don't need like millions of displays plus Runehammer. So let's just bottom Runehammer actually. I'm going to keep the power. We can like tag team Torch plus Runehammer to do some. Whoa! Opponent's actually just playing Skycrag. Yikes! Double Hellhound. Yikes! Oh god, this is going to like unstable farm this. I believe I've learnt my lesson from leaving things like that in play. So we're just going to Vargo. Opponent's top two draws are going to be Hellhounds, which we're not blocking. For those at home, yeah, guess who's never blocking here? I think we just want to be aggressive back to our opponent. Could have tried to go for some kind of blowout here where, you know, we just block with a +4/+4 lifesteal, but I don't think we need to get so spicy. Our opponent can have our Hellhound and incentivize to attack here, which means we get to attack back, and well, 5 is bigger than 4. And also we've got like surprise lifesteal, so probably doing okay. Our opponent's deck is definitely up to something though. They just like drew an Echo card, or Fate card, could be Cho. I guess Treasure Trove is kind of okay against what we're doing. Oh, Stone Scar banner. What's that all about? Yeah, you go Tiger. I guess we just like go attack with both, and then we can just display upon her. I think we do. I think we'll just keep this until as long as we can. Yep, boop. I'd rather have lifesteal. My opponent has a goat, so. We get to protect ourselves from like some amount of burn spells as well, because +4/+4 is big. Yep, we'll stable bomb. You got it. Like from 2-3 to 2-3 downside. Yep, you're gonna get it eventually. Yep, 3/6. Cool. Yeah, opponent could have. If they just like got lucky on this, then we'd have been owned. We still get to kill it with Rizahn, so I'm just gonna push damage. It's kind of easy. Kill everything to block with, and then I guess this is sort of like how FJS sort of fights. Oh, I didn't say I was scout. Yes, I think we're onto something, but we're just not quite there yet. Of course, our opponent was playing kind of a meme, but if they high rolled us, then we could have been in trouble there. Oops. So it sounds like it's probably fine. We're on the plate, so we can Runehammer like kind of early. So I like this. So if we are playing against like another Vargo, we get to rune theirs. Yeah, I'll keep Rizahn. It's a real good threat. So I think the really interesting thing with Vargo is it feels like the numbers have actually very well worked out. I'm just going to get a Primal Source next. Yeah, here we go. In that it's a 5/4, so with Howling Peak it becomes like a 5/6, but Howling Peak plus Howling Peak Smuggler can still kill it with Gun Down. And then of course like you can play it with Runehammer, and Runehammer's kind of good against it. I think I'm just going to strategize here. Red Canyon. Don't think we need like millions of strategizers actually. Yeah, because if we need to, we're just going to get like Big Daddy Cauldron Cookbook. It's like our draw engine. So we have to plug in Xenan. Oh, could be Wisps. Okay, is that like Xenan tokens with Obelisk? It could still be like the Xenan tokens, like the one that Mail was playing with. But I think that in the absence of
The fruits of paradise.
well, so except for damage or loss of hearts, so I probably can kill this with the into the shadow, like -4 hearts. I can't remember what that card's called. Straight into shadow. Okay, well, I probably managed to get us with like a deadly killer unit, but if they were just going to be on like, oh rats, we got our smugglers. Well, I guess we'll just crest it up. Yeah, it shows good. I don't want to just use like a. I would prefer to get rid of Smuggler to Smuggler or something like that, but I think for now this is kind of fine. The Stealing Temple's going to be a bit of a nuisance, but at least we eventually just get to pop it with Rizahn. And it should be long before they're able to do anything here. So, Rizahn played that out because I was intending to just like blocking this, but you can have my silenced unit, that's fine by me. Vanquisher's Blade, not quite what I'm looking for, I'll be honest. Yeah, I think against like a traditional like Xenan deck where if they were just going to use like banishes and stuff like Death Strike or even the double shadow spell that just kills a thing, then we'd probably be fine. Like, we're Spartan cool. I thought I was doing some cool stuff, but I'm not sure if it's enough quite. The Vanquisher's Blade on Rizahn, if we're able to do that, could be cool though. So I do basically need to not get mugged this turn if everyone does play sort of mug in their deck. They play a basic Justice Sigil, which is weird because it looks like a heavy Xenan deck. I'm not sure what this is. I assume the Justice source is for Press Gang. Yeah, that's fine. You can have a 5-3. We'll sort it out later. Oh no, it's not threaten, it's just scare. That's kind of good. So probably going to grab like another Entrancer. So I've always got kind of a nice engine here actually. But I think, honestly, we just need to kill this. I probably can kill things which will be kind of tedious, but like next turn our shields are like back up because we'll both have like Display of Honor for most sort of killer shenanigans. So if I probably kill us a deadly unit, we'll just goat it. And if I probably like kill us a massive unit that's, well, not a massive unit, but like this. Yeah, this is kind of a nice play. Unfortunately, my opponent had it right then. Another Rizahn would be kind of perfect for us there. So can go and grab Rock Slide. Rock Slide's kind of good. We'll kill two things, we get to block a thing maybe. I don't think we're finding something we can Bank Blade quite yet. Let's grab Rock Slide. Depending on our opponent attacks. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, get our opponent's gonna kill her first before they go to combat. We'll just make this big. Kill this with our 6/6 lifesteal. And then be able to block something else. Because it's go to 14. Plus we still get to block, which I think is kind of good. We could just Dark Return this, which is kind of bad for us, honestly. But I'm kind of happy to just like make trades anyway. But it's our point to do. There's not much we can do about this. So, what's our point got in the Void? Because this could be a turn where they play they get back Wisps thing. Let's block this one. Then I think we can Rock Slide plus Vanquish.
This way.
That's kind of stinks for us. Guess opponent does have like the deadly, so we do kind of need to do something about this. Ideally, I would like to just play Cho and then be able to just blow up this entire board when I attack, but I don't think we can do that now. So I suppose we Runehammer here. Then I guess we can just pop like 2 of these things, take some damage. Okay, so they've gone for the attack and then stopped to pump the brakes. Not sure what this means, but we're just going to try and save ourselves some damage. Probably not killing the worry spitelings, because them coming back is a bit of a nuisance. Now's the time just to try and chill. Hope it just does something. Get to attack and kill like 3 things, that's kind of good. It's probably not going to be getting in cold blood, but maybe it's like an Annihilate. Or Madness even would be kind of, I think Madness just kills us. But interesting to see that Abron doesn't seem to be using anything from the, it's not like the new campaign, but the deck's kind of interesting. And with no sweepers, it's probably unlikely that we're able to get ourselves out of this unless we draw like exactly Rizahn. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you'd have a lifesteal right now. But anyway, thumbs or breaks, let's go on to the last one. Okay, well, here after the last one, and I think we're going to redraw. Actually, I think I'm sort of happy with how the decks come out. But I think there's definitely some work, and maybe we just want to go down to like 2 Display of Honor, or just have it in the market, because I do like the cheap ability to bring back 2 of the Runehammers, or like a Runehammer plus like a plate, or whatever it is we're trying to do. It'll keep Smuggler. Gives us a lot of reach with our torch, actually. Being able to hit for 4 is kind of nice.
This'll do the trick.
Okay, well, we're probably killing that. Our torch is not going to get much more value there. And Vanquish is probably kind of good here. I mean, it could stink. But if I was playing like a big Praxis... Okay, they've got Choke, so Vanquish is going to do something. I guess we'll just get rid of Cho, and then we'll grab a Howling Peak. It's not going to do much yet, but it lets us get back the Cho later on because we get to mirror image this merchant. I'm going to assume our process is not just going to be jam-packed with removal spells, but rats, I was wrong. I guess we still get to do it. Let's just like put this Sea Glory back. Go and get Cho. Next turn we get to double Treasure Trove. I mean, we are missing like a Primal Source, which is kind of stinky, but that's kind of fine. So mute this because this totem's kind of annoying. Okay, well, we don't have a Primal Source, but let's go and get Deep Force Plate. Go off on the business. So I keep putting this back and forth. Could have attacked first just to try and get away with it, but I assume that I probably won't be blocking because aside from Rock Slide, ugh, this is awful. That's not the one I wanted you to hit, but rats. I'm kind of feeling the burn of not having like a proper sweep in the deck. Judging's fine. You can have that all day long. Let's treasure trove up, see what we find. Sigil isn't quite it, but we'll boop that. We're at the snoz, and if we're able to like land something like a Rizahn, we're at... That's right, die. We've got 4 spells. Heart of the Vault. It's like ruining all our fun. Because now getting like, can we peek properly? Yeah, I feel the burn was like not having a sweeper here, but I guess we get to play our Cho. I probably get to play theirs, which is like fine, but we get to Deep Forge play ours if we really need to. Also, just making a copy of it's kind of gas. Just need to drop a tasty little Primal sauce. Just curious if I've like missed an opportunity to have one. I don't think I do, because it was a Justice sauce we threw into the market. Yeah, not trading. We're at 25. We're okay. I might just hold up like Display of Honor, just to make everything big to do some huge blocks. Oh, give us something deadly. It's probably giving like Accelerate to something. Probably not Joe, because that's kind of. I mean, it's good because you've got like a charging flyer, but it's kind of not the best because you don't get to get like much value off its ability. Okay, well, we'll strategize first, just get to see more cards. Well, not quite what we're looking for. We can just like Deep Forge play into this. I think that's what we'll do. We do sort of miss the Fate ability, but we have an 11/11 against Praxis, so probably doing okay. And then if we, I mean, I guess we could just like not just attack our opponent. It's not interesting. Do we not throw from Rizahn? Maybe we should have waited and just put the plate on Rizahn, because plated Rizahn would have been pretty good here, because I don't think anyone in Praxis really plays like a... Well, don't play Displacer anymore. They could have the standard, but then we still get the weapon back, and we get to just replay Rizahn, so it's kind of fine. Yeah, I think we probably should have waited, but... So I'm probably going to go for a bunch of treasures on here. Oh. Looks like they've declined. Well, I'm happy to trade as much stuff from my opponent as possible. Like, if they go with, like, killer here, yes, it's fine, because we still get to kill your thing. Also, this is gas. Okay, cool, so we've got Crest of Order, so now we can do our thing with Howling Peak. I don't think Runehammer's going to do literally anything ever here. We don't have lifesteal, but, like, whatever. Let's kill this. It doesn't really do much, because our opponent's just... They've got 10 power, like... What's it really doing? But I don't want to let our opponent do stuff where they're getting to go wild with, I don't know, whatever it is. If they want to play like a 10 drop, I want them to pay 10 for it. Interestingly, they didn't charge the Heart of the Vault. I think Torch might be sort of an ideal draw here, actually. Oh, Vanquish's Blade. That'll do. Kill that. We've got lifesteal. Crack you for 7. I think I'm going to hold up Display of Honor because we can blow out like another one of these Apex Predators by either giving ourselves like +4/+4 or frogging it, which is sort of like a recurring theme here. Ruh-roh. Do I want to take 12 here? Not really, but what does plate do for me? So if I get plate, we have a 13, 13, this. I guess we're fine with that. And then we get to block fit as well. So I think we might get plate.
Trust in your allies.
Treasure, just see what we get. Ooh. Actually, this is kind of just as good because we still have endurance. But I'm probably kind of incentivized to attack this. Yeah, let's attack for 11. Got 17. Then our opponent has to attack this one. It's got deadly, which kind of stinks, but our opponent attacks a Mine Stinger. Rats. So whomst are they attacking? Could just like go up to 1,000,000. So if we just block the Mine Stinger, we go up to 28. Our opponent hits us for 16 here, plus 6, go to 22. That's kind of fine. So we're at 6. We're probably got to draw 2. Uh-oh. But we're still at like 1,000,000 lives. So I feel like we're okay. Oh, Grasshopper, please don't draw a card. Oh man. I guess we're just Wisdom the Elders. Okay. So I guess we're just playing Vargo and plate if it was Apex Predator. So let's have a look at our opponent's power. Looks like they've got a playset of okay, so it wasn't that. Cool. So it looks like they're playing the premium versions, so it's probably going to be... What's the other thing we can have pledge on? It's probably going to be Moonstone Vanguard, which I'm sort of okay with. So I feel like in that case we can just deep forge plate here. Then our opponents sort of... Well, they have to attack with these, which is 6, 11, 14. We get to block this one. So just sort of going to allow this. So if they don't have like a torch here, we're able to kill them with Berserk. Rats. They get to gain a bajillion just off Moonstone Vanguards. Oh, this is awful. Okay, well, we'll sack the city. And then I guess we just kill a Hopper. I actually should have attacked that point with that. What has to block with both of them? They get to gain 10. We're at 6. This stinks. I feel like we probably could have played this a little bit better. Or just like had Harsh Rule. I guess Harsh Rule's kind of a combo with Vargo. Maybe that's more interesting than doing things with weapons. They're attacking us as well. We're going to attack the site. Well, at least we've got like a body that we can copy next turn. So go to 5. If we draw a Smuggler next turn, I'm feeling kind of happy. Because then we get to kill this. It's just like mono Moonstone Vanguards. This is awful for us. Okay, well, I don't want to use our ability quite yet. I guess we just kill this, kill this. Oh, well, this game's wild. Okay, so Journey Guide, that's a draw that we do want our opponent to have. Like, you can have that draw. I'm okay with that. In that case, do we just keep the Mirror Image so that we can play with an additional Blizzard? I don't think we need to. I think we're just going to keep locking our opponent out. just like kill this one because it's got power and toughness. Attack here. I'm keeping the power. So I kind of want to play the power because we've got Svetia to activate, but also we've got like merchants to draw. Okay, our opponent's given up, so we managed to get there in the end, but that was quite the game. Okay, so there we have it. We're going to play a good number of games with this deck, and I do kind of like what we're doing here. So we do try and play with Vargo with like, obviously weapons and like some tricks like the display banner, which have just got a lot of modal uses. But I think that now I've had to think about it, maybe want to go sort of like into like a sweeper plan, because I think that Vargo plus sweepers is probably something that's worth exploring, because you play some 4, opponent's got like some amount of board. On turn 5, just like slam harsh rule. You've got a 5/4 like attacker and blocker, and your opponent's got a board. That seems kind of spicy actually. So things that I did like about the deck as well is I do like that we can shuffle choke like infinitely, because well, not infinitely, but because we've got like the full playset of like fire merchants, plus we've got like Howling Peak to sort of copy one of them to sort of do it again. And that seems kind of good. And then just also like having mirror image on things like Rizahn's kind of gas, and then against decks that are cold to Vargo. So maybe if there's like a deck that's just like mono removal spells and it's not like relic weapons or deadly units, then you just like get to shut the door on them. But yeah, the deck is sweet. What can I say? I think there's a lot of work to be done, but I think that this card existing just breathes in a little bit of life into Ixtun, which was of like the wedges, probably one of the lesser played one, like along with like the relics matter one. I can't remember what that's called. But anyway, thanks for watching. It's nice to be back. I'll see you around.